After sharing this video last week, I realized I should really explain how I used AI to generate that podcast with zero manual scripting. So in this video, I'm walking you through how I used AI to generate my project documents and an interactive podcast automatically. So here's some quick context. This is NotebookLM, Google's AI-powered tool that works kind of like an AI research assistant. On this side, under Sources, I loaded all of the project documents I created for my demo. The demo project was for a fictional restaurant called Burger Express, and it was my way of showing how I integrated AI in an end-to-end design and development process. Shout out to Josh Cavalier for the original case study, which came from Josh's AI intensive workshop for L&D pros. More about the project is in my portfolio if you want to dig deeper, but for this video, I'll focus on the AI-generated podcast part. So let's jump back into NotebookLM. Here's what I did. I loaded all of the project documents and learning assets I created in partnership with various AI tools into the Sources section. Assets included things like explainer videos, performance support chatbot, a job aid, and yes, a custom podcast that I did create as part of the learning solution. That's a story for another day. But here's the important thing. For the video I shared earlier, I did not script or record that podcast myself. NotebookLM's AI took all of those sources that I provided, the project documents and the learning assets, and it independently generated a project summary, an interactive chat window where you can ask questions about my project, and the part that everyone's been asking about, a podcast-style audio overview of the project and how I integrated AI into my design process. And this isn't just static audio. You can interrupt the AI-generated podcast host mid-conversation to ask questions about the project in real time, like this.
It sounds like AI was a partner in accelerating and maybe even deepening the understanding of the problems themselves.
Okay, interesting. So based on that...
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
So what do you mean by AI could have been part of deepening the analysis and the understanding?
That's a fantastic clarification question, and it's key to understanding this whole project.
Yeah, we're talking about artificial intelligence, but in a very specific, practical way here.
When we say AI was part of deepening the analysis and understanding, we're referring to its role as a powerful assistant.
Think of it like a super efficient research aid.
They used various AI tools like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, AI Studio, and NotebookLM.
These weren't just for generating creative writing, but for crunching through huge amounts of text.
Like internal documents.
Okay, so you get the idea. That's how it happened. For the video I shared last week, I simply exported the audio from NotebookLM, pulled it into Camtasia, and added the visuals. What I did not do was write or script the podcast conversation in that case. The AI did that part automatically, based entirely on the project content that I loaded into NotebookLM. So there you have it. Now, I did create a fully custom podcast as part of the Burger Express learning solution, a podcast customized to the Burger learner persona and the objectives of the training, but that's a whole nother story.